card. Have a look at it. Let's just scroll back because I think it's just doing something at the moment, but I'll have a look at it in a second.
There. You can access the lower level now.
Okay. Oh. Wonder what's in here. It's a helmet. Not having lockpick is really fucking annoying. This is like lockpick is one of the things where you can even with lower ranks get a lot of stuff. But yeah, I blocked it, so the character's body holds the remains of the Matriarch, but you won't know for sure unless you open it. Hopefully there aren't any extra security measures. Lucky! Slide the top of the casket aside, notice a tripwire tied around the casket's contents, which you carefully remove. Close one. Remains of the Matriarch. Junk item. May have a resale value of 4,375. That is not a lot. That's not a lot at all. Hold on. Could I choose between one of them? Hold on, let me just check something.
Taken care of. Continue. Wait there. I'll come.
Oh, I thought this was blue as well. Yeah, okay. Now, we have the Matriarch's remains. That's basically insane. Although, also, why the fuck is it only worth less than 5 grand? Which is insane because there's weapons that cost like 16. Anyway.
There.
Okay, let's have a look at this shroud thingy. Gain additional 30% damage resistance, increasing further with your speech skill. However, when you receive damage, you lose half the damage total in bits. Right.
You can access the lower level now. The security room that we need to reach is nearby.
Who goes? No one is allowed in here without the proper authorization. Ah, I see you have come armed. Intruders, then. I suppose you intend to extract my surrender through means most lurid and foul.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
How's that now?
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fella with the Sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered.
I rather think that line has some blurry distinction.
How much of a fuss could this one fella cause, really? Come on, Zeb. No need to cut any bellies over maybes and ifs.
Please, if secrecy's your concern, you may rely upon me to be the utmost spirit of discretion. I have never betrayed a confidence in my life.
Allowing him to leave would be a grave error of mercy, one we can ill afford in this place.
If we start gunning down civilians, where does it end, Zeb? Ain't Arcadia covered in enough blood?
You need me to clear that moral obstruction for you? Fine. This man is an instrument of empire, perpetuating the tyrant's lies. And were our positions reversed, he would not hesitate to execute us, or worse, send us to mental refreshment.
I'm kin to the risks, Zeb.
Are you? Can you even fathom the indignity of having your every thought scrutinized and scored and made perfect? My sister was made into a shadow. I endured daily sessions with the lathe of particularity and still find myself policing my own mind for untoward proclivities and inclinations.
The commander's right. This man didn't put you in the lathe, Zeb. He's just trapped in the system, same as everyone else.
I never have possessed immunity against your pleading. Fine, you're free to leave. Do not repay this kindness with treachery.
You are merciful and wise. I will depart at once.
I mean,
Let's hope the consequences of this decision do not assert themselves while we're still here. You and Niles should turn off the power to the security barrier and make your way to the vault. I'll remain here and guide you as best I can through the labyrinth. No turning back now.
I mean, there was another option, right? You can also just kind of tie him up so he can't actually let anyone know that we're here. Well, I'm crazy thinking this. Yeah, as I said, like, you can basically just tie him up and then none of this is a problem. Oh, some things.
No going back from here. Not until we've done what we
Hold! Don't set foot in that room. The schematics on this console indicate this place is defended by all manner of traps. One moment. Yes. It appears there are Emery tripwires, invisible to the naked eye, that will electrify the floors if crossed. Move cautiously. If you have catches that might help, I suggest using them.
Fuck, are we supposed to get there? Most esteemed Secretary General of the Earth Directorate, felicitations on your recent ascendancy to head of the Earth Directorate. I can only assume it was merited by your accomplishments and not, as some have coolly whispered into my ear, nepotism. Trust you have been briefed on our agreement and will continue to uphold it with the same diligence as your predecessor. So long as the Earth Directorate respects our sovereignty, it will remain a valued partner of Arcadia and recipient of its unique bounty. May this missive reach you in strong health and thoughtful reserve. Her Radiance, caretaker of the world's Matriarch, Alexandra. Flower. Bibliomania. There's so many flaws. How many flaws is there? You have an unhealthy obsession with books and are left exhausted when talking with others. You have a permanent bonus to your max health. Talking to anyone will reduce it for a long duration. 20% health base health, minus 30% base health for 2 minutes after talking to anyone. I talk to a lot of people, so we're not going to accept this.
Over here, Commander. Reckon I found something that might be useful later. Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components into a fine explosive gel. Who knows? Could come in handy. Just doing my part. But thanks for the vote of confidence, Commander. Let's keep on. I'll continue tinkering on this in the meantime, see what I can come up with.
How the fuck are you supposed to get there? That's right.
In spite of substantial efforts to prolong his life, my father's condition continues to deteriorate, both physically and mentally. It is difficult to observe. His latest effort would see him entombed within an automechanical body. I objected, of course, to my father becoming some chimera of machine and man. but was overruled. Now the Order informs me that, far from being a panacea, this attempt has exacted a toll on my father that is likely to finish what time and disease have already begun. I may soon be sovereign.
Let's see if we can't suss out
that
which
bears
switch is
out,
which before we commit to
I will need
guessing.
to hide all of
As
this.
I am to avoid another
Arnaux.
defibrillator.
Can't fucking hear, understand a single thing. Okay.
You've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the doors should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number?
1, 3, 2.
Damn it. Why must the Protectorate abstract everything?
There must be a way to suss out which switch is which. Maybe if we could peep the wiring.
By my grandmother, I cannot abide the time this research into the rifts is taking. It has been years, and yet I am still absent my wife and daughter. I am still half whole. The researchers swear it's possible to bring them back from the void. Perhaps those are only pretty lies intended to pacify me, but I trust Dr. Hurley to tell me the truth. I know the Consul wishes me to give up this obsession and focus on the war effort, but why should I? Am I not sovereign of Arcadia? Should my desires not take priority? In spite of substantial efforts to prolong his life, my father's condition continues to deteriorate, both physically and mentally. It has been difficult to observe. His latest effort would see him entombed within an automechanical body. I objected, of course, to my father becoming some chimera of machine and man, but was overruled. Now the Order informs me that, far from being a panacea, this attempt has exacted a toll on my father that is likely to finish what time and disease have already begun. I may soon be sovereign. And if that bears out, I will need to hide all of this. Burn all of my father's research into longevity. Seal his auto-mech body away at the factory. What grief I will inherit. What mess.
1, 3, 2. Okay. Okay, so this thing first. Maybe not. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Supply can still be relied upon. 1, 3, 2.
Yes, of course. I'm stupid. So basically, this is 3, this is 1, this is 2 because there's 2 wires. There's 1 wire and 3. I thought it's like 1, 2, 3, which of course doesn't make sense. This is much more sensible. All right, so 1, 3, 2, right? 1, 3, 2.
We're not overly impeded by this puzzle, but I apologize for my lack of... That vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Fuck! They changed it recently. That shouldn't have happened until next week. I'm certain I can diagnose the issue. Now that you've cleared the way, I'll come down and join you.
The restoration. Niles, do you have an idea? Armor. It's a self-repairing armor. So what do I have at the moment? 50%, 25% damage resistance, plasma, 5% physical damage resistance. % of incoming damage to players split and apply to companions instead. Nice. Let's do this. Modifications, yeah. Still don't understand how. Like, I don't even have any modifications available on these things.
I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander.
I said 2 people on the map.
Does that seem a little off to you, Commander?
What do you think?
I think he's starting to worry me. That business with the Curator. I'm glad Zeb stood down, but it was close. Never seen him so eager for bloodletting before. He's changed. Ain't sure for the better.
He suffered a lot of loss.
Losing Audra couldn't have helped neither. Still wish we could have done more there. Well, no use stewing. We've still got a vault to break into and tyrannical government to topple. Speaking of, remember those components I found? I was able to turn them into something halfway useful after all. This gel should get us through that vault door. Turns out you were right about trusting my instincts.
Extra thanks is both of gold.
You take the honors, Commander. I'll be right behind you.
Nice. I was hoping for a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice back there?
Not for display. This appears to be a section from the first bishop's writing deemed to incendiary by the Protectorate and purged from all public records. Right near the end of his life, the first bishop laments the direction Arcadia has taken, especially since the Matriarch's death, and his role in establishing the order as a bulwark against dissent. The numbers support our arguments, but what if our original thesis was wrong?
Alas, I neglected to pack a thermometer.
Except from the personal journal of the Matriarch. Would that I had never been forced to rely on an heir to secure my legacy. Reuben strengthens my conviction at what a mistake it was to give him life. More than that, power. He's rewriting history, bending facts to his own purposes. I'm too old now, too powerless, and more full of dread for Arcadia's future than ever before. My poor beloved Protectorate feels on its threshold of becoming nearly unrecognizable, even to its own mother.
This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here. This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the Matriarch invented nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now.
In times of darkness, we must hold our principles dear. I fear the longer this war continues, the further we stray from them. Every step we take must honor the Matriarch. I tell Henry this, but he is set in his ways. His notions regarding these rifts are sorely misguided. Why close them when we can use them to Arcadia's benefit? It matters not what the Order thinks, what the Doubters say. The Architect bestowed us with the power of skip drives so that we may secure a perfect future. We must act with haste. I only ever wished for Henry to embrace his role as the caretaker of Arcadia, the savior of us all. But if he has chosen a different path, I will do as I must. And I must not fail.
I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the Matriarch over a century ago. In exchange for skip drives, Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
That would explain the message I found between the Matriarch and the Earth Directorate.
What message? Why didn't you say anything about it sooner?
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the Matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different.
We can still change things. Isn't that why we're here?
There's more. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work, its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches, nothing. Our dear Matriarch is a fraud, a cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better.
I hope you're not thinking of releasing the skip drive blueprints to the public.
By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. The Sovereign will be revealed as the unclothed emperor he is, and demolish Arcadia's myth of superiority. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
I like this plan, but I feel it might have some downsides.
Downsides like how the skip drives are causing rifts? Yeah, I say that's worth a fret. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater, after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided.
What do you think, Niles?
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, that's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences.
No. This was a good idea, but I don't think it's working out. We should cut our losses.
And should I refuse to leave empty-handed? What then?
I'll be forced to stop you by whatever means necessary. I really don't want to do that.
Whoa. Put the brakes on, Commander. I'm sure Zeb can be reasoned with. I know you're aiming to do the most good for the most amount of people, Zeb, but sowing chaos ain't the way.
Do you know how many of my friends died so we could reach this point? Audra sacrificed herself. And you would have me what? Give up now on the cusp of victory? Lay bare my throat for the Protectorate machine to cut?
You remember what we argued about the day before I left?
I've replayed it in my mind many times.
A lot's changed, but that hasn't. Life in Arcadia could be just like we dreamed it. But there's no future if you go through with this. Not for anyone.
Out of respect for my friend, I will forestall the release of this information and seek another avenue to help liberate the people of Arcadia. I'll remain here for a while longer to cover our tracks. The Protectorate will discover the break-in, but hopefully never learn more specifics of what we did and found.
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you wish to be found, of course.
I want to talk it over with the Commander, but yeah, maybe we can work something out. We should keep moving, Commander. I'll see what I can...
All right. We have the second upgrade. Ines still hasn't a single upgrade. Why the fuck is that? Niles shot now ricochet off targets, dealing damage to a second nearby enemy. His weapons also has increased damage overall, or occasionally knock down targets. His armor affects a portion of attack back to the attacker. War. Amplifier now applies over an area, increasing evasion when standing near him. That.
There they are! These are the ruffians who threatened me. See that they
Oh
join
my
their
god.
friends and suffer
Fucking
none of
idiot.
these defilers to live.
In short order.
Armed and ready. Looking for cover.
It's idiot.
Damn it. Zeb was right. Never should have let that curator go. We could have prevented this.
Are the Zep friends? Well, one good deed, eh?
Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. At least we were able to talk Zeb out of his plan to release everything we uncovered. I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate, but that kind of information is liable to do more harm than good in the wrong hands.
I agree. How do you feel about the Earth Directed now that you know the truth?
I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keeping them in check. The Earth Directorate should be better than that.
It's disappointing.
Permission to speak candid, Commander.
Right?
Strange as it sounds, this whole experience with Zeb has helped me finally understand the position Augustine was in. Back at Horizon Point, ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold innocence.
Life's full of impossible choices.
I'm not saying what she did was forgivable, but I find myself wondering what would have happened if she'd lived. Isn't that the damnedest thing?
Do you think she would have tried to make amends if she lived?
I think she'd have done what she believed was the right thing, up to the last. Whether that ultimately led her to redemption or perdition, who can say? Suppose it's all a moot point now. Reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place. Deep down, I'm still convinced the galaxy is better with the Earth Directorate in it, flawed as it is. But what happened with Arcadia can never be allowed to happen again. Something has to change within the Directorate, and I think we're best positioned to see that reformation through. All said, I appreciate you giving me the space to work through this. Sort of feels like the future's opening back up after a long time closed. Likewise, Commander.
Cool. What is this? Each of the 5 towers.